How are you guys doing? It is Friday, October 30th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to take you through yesterday's Thursday Night Football game, along with a lot of other big headlines and things to know what to look forward to today. But first, starting off with yesterday's Thursday Night Football game, the Atlanta Falcons took on their division rivals, the Carolina Panthers, in Charlotte, as the Falcons were able to beat the Panthers 25-17 in the first half. The Falcons were able to go up 16-14, but then they were able to kind of keep it going as they were only able to hold the Carolina Panthers to 3 points in the second half. Just big plays all around. Matt Ryan was able to get a big touchdown run, and same with Todd Gurley as the Falcons were able to pull this one away. For the Carolina Panthers, their quarterback Teddy Bridgewater would complete 15 of his 23 passes for 176 yards, throwing for a touchdown and an interception. On the ground, Mike Davis would lead all rushers today as he had 66 yards on the ground on 13 carries. He also had 11 yards through the air to give him 77 total all-purpose yards. Curtis Samuel was able to get a touchdown for the Panthers on the ground. He had 23 yards on 3 carries. And also through the air, DJ Moore was their leading receiver. He had 55 yards on 2 receptions. On the defense side of the ball, Jeremy Chin would lead the team with 10 tackles himself. Marquise Haynes would end up with a sack, and Dante Jackson would end up with an interception for Carolina. Looking out to how Atlanta fared, their elite quarterback, Matt Ryan, would complete 21 of his 30 passes for 281 yards. He did throw an interception. On the ground, Brian Hill was the leading rusher for the Falcons with 55 yards on 11 carries. The Falcons' elite running back, Todd Gurley II, would finish with 46 yards on 18 carries and a touchdown. And also, Matt Ryan would have 27 yards on 6 carries and a touchdown to give him over 300 yards of total offense, 308 to be exact, and he also had a touchdown on the ground. Through the air, the Falcons' elite wide receiver Julio Jones would finish with 137 yards on 7 receptions. And on the defensive side of the ball, Keanu Neal would finish with 7 tackles on the day. He also had a sack, 2 of them for loss. And Isaiah Oliver, their corner, was able to get 3 tackles, 1 sack on the day. And Bleedy Ray Wilson would end up with the only interception of the game for the Falcons. With this win, the Atlanta Falcons are now 2-6 on the season as the Carolina Panthers drop to 3-5. And really quickly looking out to what's going on today. First, starting off with soccer, as they're kind of easing back in. Not really any big games, but Marseille is going to play against Lens for Ligue 1 in France. Wolverhampton is going to take on Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Schalke is going to take on Stuttgart. And then really quickly looking out to college football today. It looks as though there was a game between 19th ranked Marshall and Florida International, but that game was, of course, postponed. And leading into this week, Trevor Lawrence, the elite starting quarterback for Clemson, has been ruled out of this game against Boston College because he had contracted coronavirus. But with that said, that's everything you really need to know for Friday, October 30th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims. I want to thank you for listening to all 3 minutes of this piece. I hope all is well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.